And the videos had probably been in my phone 2, 3 years, and they were on YouTube for about 6 years, and I had like no views. And I said something in the comment section or somewhere, and it made this woman mad, and she went and disliked all my videos right when I got started. And I think that put me very low in the algorithm because they're like, he's got 3 videos, no views on them, or 1 view or 2 views, and he's got like 3 dislikes on every video where these people got mad at something I said. But then I made a video, Hey Clyde, and it just instantly like jumped up to like 7,000 views, and I got like 25 subscribers. And then my channel started slowly grow over after that. And I've been banned from a lot of things and have to make new accounts because I'll just sort of say what I'm thinking. And so I thought on this channel, you could just make this channel into like a nature show, like film animals and do commentary. And then I just started uploading videos that I already had on my phone because I was like, just make content instead of consuming it. And it really isn't all that great. It's like, I don't edit it. I don't like keep the camera still. I don't have anybody else to like film it while I'm doing things to make B videos and things like that. And I just keep getting tempted to get political, to just give my opinions. And that'll destroy my channel. That'll get me blocked, or that will alienate half of the audience. But I also don't want to not be authentic. I don't want to get stuck in this box where I feel like I can't say what I think. I can't make the kind of content I want to make because I'm worried about losing subscribers. Now, I can't be demonetized because I put no ads. Any ads are just the ads YouTube puts on there because I hate advertisements. If somebody advertises to me Clorox bleach, I'm going to be petty. I'm going to be like, hey, I was trying to watch Invader Zim, and you're interrupting me with this bleach commercial. So now I'm mad at Clorox, and I'm not going to buy your bleach. I'm going to go to the dollar store and buy off-brand. And then if the off-brand advertises to me, I'm like, okay, I'm not buying you. And I was thinking, well, other people might be like that too. They just really don't want more commercials in their videos. And let's say I go to rewatch a video. I don't want to watch a commercial in my own video. So I don't intend on ever monetizing this channel. But I still want it to grow. But it's not really organized very well. There's a lot of videos that are just titled with a date. And like similar content is not like, I don't know how to, there's some kind of way to make folders or some kind of way to like put chicken videos in a folder and put political videos in a folder and put interviews with people in a folder. I need to I need to learn how to organize the channel better and make it easier to sort through content and if anybody's got any ideas, I'll listen. And if anybody just wants to see certain things or hear about certain things, you let me know. And if I have the resources to do it, I can then make more of the kind of content you want to see. I thought about going around my small town of Alamo and just interviewing some of the characters around here. And, hey, hello, Lisa. Instantly jumps in my head that Sad Lisa song from Cat Stevens that I heard when I was like 18 or something like that. There are so many ants on this counter. They're coming for water. I'll show you this. I have a incubator hatching out eggs. And these ants, they've come in the house because it's so hot, and they're going in the edge, and they're getting water from the incubator. They were stressing my girlfriend Brittany out. Hello, Rose. They're stressing my girlfriend out, and she said she's gonna have a stroke, so I took care of them. But she's not here right now, and I'm just not about to kill all these ants. Maybe I should. I don't know. I've always kind of liked ants. I don't like getting bit by them. but I've always liked to watch them build their castles and farm their aphids and funguses. And I saw something recently where they put a dot of paint on an ant and it passed the mirror test. It knew, it was self-aware. It knew it was looking at itself in the mirror. It's like, wait, you put something on my head? Let me get that spot off of me. Like dolphins and crows and humans do. You know, some animals, like let's say a tiger, will just attack the reflection. Like, oh, this is a... But people a lot of times don't have a lot of empathy for animals. And in the past, people wanted to kind of see them like they were robots. Like they're like, animals don't have souls. Animals don't have emotions. And it's like, are you just willingly blind? Like, first define soul. Are you talking about a mind, will, and emotion? What doesn't have that that's alive? I know that you could like argue about the theory of mind, about whether funguses and plants have mind, but I kind of see it like a plant. Its brain is its entire body. It's all built together. But they respond to stimuli. They communicate with each other. There's a lot more. But so a lot of these animals that they thought can't pass a mirror test, they just haven't learned what a mirror is yet. And if they've given enough time, they will pass the mirror test. Or sometimes it's like on the spectrum. Some animals will pass the mirror test. Like some of the individuals of that species can pass it and others can't. But it seems like ants, they made a little mirror, and ants know that they're looking at their self in the reflection and can use the mirror to clean themselves. And I thought that was pretty interesting. What kind of eggs are those? Okay, there's a type of bantam chicken, a little chicken, an English breed of chicken called a black-breasted red. A lot of people call them BB red for short. All of these, the smaller eggs are BB red eggs, and the bigger eggs, the mother chicken is a Hamburg, like a black and white. She looked kind of like a Dalmatian, black and white spotted, and the father is a BB red. So the 4 big ones in there are Hamburg BB red crosses, and the 9 little ones in there are BB red, like full-blooded BB red bantams. And so I got a notification popped up that said delivered as per cadence. I don't know what they're talking about. With every system update. I don't even know what that means. I ordered some freshwater mussels to put in the pond to help clean the pond, and they come in dead from the heat. They were just absolutely dead. And I looked at the return policy, and I could not. You can't return them because you can't send them back and get them back, right? So then they say, well, maybe I can do it if I got sent something that didn't match the product's description. And I said the product's description is 15 live mussels, and these are 15 dead mussels, so it doesn't match the product's description. And the company was like, nah, you're not getting a refund. You can't do it. So I was just going to eat that loss. And in the wintertime, they don't sell them. In the summertime, it's too hot here for them to make it through the mail. And a lot of times it's not the people's fault. It's the mail people's fault. They sent me some bees one time, and the bees were in a screen, ventilated, would have been fine. But the post office was terrified of the bees, overwrapped them, took away the ventilation, and heated them to death and killed them. And that's what they did. I think they put them in that silver package. It just got too hot in there. What kind of eggs are those? Okay, I've answered those questions. I'll tell you a story, right? About when I was heathen. Back, I don't know. So, I gotta think though, because I am a beekeeper. I started being a beekeeper. I graduated high school in 2006. And around that time, there was a lot of people being very alarmist about colony collapse disorder. And my granddaddy's daddy was a beekeeper, and I grew up hearing a lot of stories about it. But my granddaddy and my daddy were not beekeepers. My great-granddaddy was. And I wanted to get into bees, and I wanted to try to help about the colony collapse disorder and whatever else. And my dad was terrified they were going to kill me, or there'd be complaints about the neighbors and everything. And I just kind of was just sort of naturally good at it. But where I live, Yellow jackets want to kill bees. Hornets want to kill bees. Fire ants want to kill bees. Because for a fire ant, there's a lot of benefit. Because they could eat the bee. They could eat the bee's larva. They can kind of eat the pollen cake, and they can eat the nectar. And so I had these cups with motor oil in them with the leg of a table in it so that the ant has to try to climb up the cup and go through the motor oil. That way it stops them so they don't go in there and eat the bees, right? The ants decided they would suicide themselves. They would just keep jumping in the oil and die and float and make a bridge so they could walk across because it was worth it for them. So then I like put axle grease around the legs and then put pieces of sand and stick it in the axle grease to make a way to walk up in there and kill the bees. So I had to get a trap with mineral oil, with a shelter over to keep rain from washing it out, and do all kind of stuff. It was a learning process. Because in Dawsonville, I could just put bees on the ground, no problem. And then I brought my bees to South Georgia, to Wheeler County, and learned very quickly fire ants will eat your bees, and wax moths, and just everything tries to get them. But now I've figured it out, how to be a beekeeper in Wheeler County. And I just love it. I love the hum of it. I love how on a hot day you can take the lid off the bees and they're fanning and all. It's like air conditioner. All that wind just blows up. And they're really fun to watch. It's hot in a bee suit. One time I forgot to strap the bottom of my bee suit to my legs. And I looked down in my bee suit and I had bees crawling all up my body in my bee suit. And I was doing a pretty heavy high, I think I was taking off 2 deep bodies and getting down in the brood chamber to take the quint to make a split or something. So I was way in the bees. So they were, and I started taking off the bee suit. I had a friend that let me put some of my bees on their land, and I was like embarrassed and scared because I was like, what if his wife or daughter, somebody sees me through the window? Because I was in my underwear under the bee suit, like a tank top and boxer briefs, because it was so hot. And then I'm trapped in a bee suit with bees, and I got to take the bee suit out, and I got to hide, and I got to, but that was only slip. I always check to make sure the feet are strapped so they can't come in through the bottom of the bee suit. I ain't never had that problem but once. And I don't think I got stung but 1 time or 2 times that day. I was lucky because 50 bees per square pound of flesh could kill you if that much venom gets in you. If a little bit gets in you, it's just going to boost your immune system. And it's going to be positive, actually. If you get exposed to a lot of bees and you don't get stung, that's where you'll start developing the allergy. Like a lot of beekeepers won't be allergic to bees, but their family will, because their family comes in contact with the bee frames and the bee suit and all that other stuff. So it's kind of good to sometimes get stung, but it's really not because it kills the bees. It's not fun to get stung, but it's good. So that's how I like to farm in ways that there's synergy and that the benefits stack. I like to plant sunflowers because I can feed the sunflower seeds to the chickens. I can use the sunflower stalks for staking up other vegetables or as mulch. And the honeybees can get nectar and pollen from the sunflower. So see, if I didn't have bees and I just had chickens, or if I didn't have bees and chickens, growing sunflowers only means sunflowers for me to eat sunflower seeds. But because I have chickens and bees, I can eat sunflower seeds. Chickens can, the bees benefit. And so I have fruit trees. I have a bunch of I have about 30 peach trees. And I can get peaches, but I can also get peach nectar honey because the bees go to that. And so I like to try to, like if you have, some people say, hey, you should just grow nothing but vegetables because it makes more food. That's not really true. You're going to destroy the land and turn it into a desert. But if you have animals and plants, you can use the animal manure to improve the soil, and the parts of the plants you don't eat, they can eat, and you get this synergetic benefit where you eat the honey? Yes, because it is delicious. I swear this honey in Wheeler County is some of the best honey. When you see the maple flowers start to bloom, it's about the same time the blackberry flowers start to bloom. That's when the honey's really, really good. And when the heat starts to hit that bee box, a little bit after the maple flower bloom, it starts to smell like peaches and apple, like really fruity smell from them going to all the pear orchards and everything. And me and Gracie, I had 80 pounds of honey that we ate on pancakes and biscuits, and like less than this, before this summer was out, we had ate it all. And I would try to sell it too, but people around here, they would be like, oh, that's expensive, but it would be more expensive in the store. And my jars were bigger, but mostly the honey's for my own use. I will sell some of the extra honey, but I'm more like, I'm going to let the bees keep about 100 pounds of honey. Too much honey on the bees becomes a liability for the bees, really, because we've kind of bred them to overproduce honey, and that honey is bait for stuff to come attack them. And they only need, if you've got 10 frames and there's enough honey and pollen, you might be able to get by with that. But what I like to do is I like to have a deep, like 10 frames deep box full of honey to sit on top of them going into the winter so they can eat and move up into that honey. And I take anything that's more than that. And so sometimes what I'll do is I might have like 20 frames of honey and the bees don't need it. I'm not going to let it just sit on there and attract an animal or ants or whatever. I'll freeze it, and then I'll give it back to the bees later. Or if I've got a hive that's starving or not doing too good, I can rescue them. I can, And a lot of people, but see, I'm very careful about beekeeping. I'm very careful to be very slow, very careful, not to crush any bees. Some people are too rough with their bees. They just put the frames down and they're smashing bees, and that's why the bees are getting angry. Or they might have bridge comb between two frames where the bees have built bridge comb they don't know about and put larvae in it, and then they pull up a frame, it breaks that, it kills the babies, and now they're mad because you killed their babies. Of course they're going to be mad. But if you will be easy with the bees will be easy with you. They land on me all the time to rest and then fly back off. They don't sting me. But I pick up spiders and they don't bite me. I pick up bees and they don't bite me. A lot of it really is your vibe. And I don't know. I haven't read the community. I don't know if I get in trouble for saying this, or I don't know what you're allowed to talk about. And this is for educational purposes. I'm not recommending, endorsing, or promoting drug use, right? But I have done LSD before. And when I was feeling really good on LSD, no animal, I even petted wasps. And the dogs that would normally bark at me, come at to me, wanting to be petted, I was feeling very euphoric. I was happy and relaxed, and so was nature. Nature kind of like responds to you how you respond to it. If you're really angry and bitter and angry, you might find every single briar seems to scratch you. Every single bug seems to sting you. And then when you're more positive and everything, it seems to respond more favorably. But that might be sometimes my mama says, I really don't like this about like marijuana. And when I was young, I thought I was naive about it. And I thought, oh, this will make the world peace and all, but it won't. Or I thought, oh, this ain't addictive, but eventually it'll catch up to you. You'll get addicted. So I'm not saying it's like, but I know what marijuana is because I've smoked it, right? But my mama doesn't. And she thinks it's like LSD because of government propaganda and stuff, but she'll drink alcohol, but whatever. But so I try to tell her, hey, it's not like what you're thinking. And she's like, your opinion don't matter because you fried your brain with weed. So now your opinion don't matter about weed. And all the people that's never smoked weed are going to vote to make you not be able to smoke it. In childhood, I had epilepsy a little bit. But if I get hit in the funny bone, I might feel like I gotta lay down, I'm gonna pass out. But if I smoke weed, it don't happen to me. It protects me from that epileptic response or whatever. It's an excuse. I'm trying to quit. I haven't quit all the other stuff, but I ain't quit the weed yet. And I really don't think it's made me dumb or ruined my brain or anything like that. But Mama does. Mama thinks your opinion on anything doesn't matter anymore because fried your brain on that marijuana and you took that acid trip. So now I need to script this. Do you eat the honey? Yes. Are you a beekeeper? Yes. What can I answer? I've answered all. I'm up to date answering the questions. I was going to tell a story a while ago and I forgot what I was going to tell a story about. Because I was thinking, do I want to tell this story? Because my mama might see this story. My girlfriend might see this story. I don't know if this story, I don't know the guidelines because I haven't read the community guidelines. So can I even tell this story? And when I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I can tell the story. So I was trying to think of another story to tell. Do I have a farm? I have a small farm. I have almost 7 acres. It's like just under being 7 acres. It's like 6.98 acres or something like that. Almost 7 acres. And I have chickens and fruit trees, plum trees, olive trees. Did I already say peach trees, apple trees, blueberry bushes, probably about 30 blueberry bushes. I know I got more pomegranates. I got grapevines, chickens. I want to get goats. I don't want goats to eat my fruit trees. I don't have the money right now to build a fence to fence them in. I kind of thought about putting them on a harness and putting them on the lead and moving them from tree to tree, but then I don't really want to do that. I don't want them having like a rope and stuff. But a goat can get out of everything. Rose Walker said hi. Hey, Rose. That's popped up 3 times. I don't know if it's like doing a thing where you're trying to make a comment and you don't see it and it's taking a while to load. I know sometimes my videos, it'll notify me that there's a comment on my video and I'll go there and I can't even see the comment. And sometimes, this is weird though, sometimes my views will go up and then back down. I'll have like 10 views on a video, it'll drop down to 5. Then I'll have 8, it'll drop down to 4. And it's like, what is going on here? I don't know what. It's hot in this house. It ain't that hot. I don't want to complain about it. It's not really. This long have you been doing YouTube? 6 years, but that's not really like 6 years. It's like 6 years ago, I posted maybe 3 videos and it didn't get any kind of traction for years and years and years. And then I posted, I started uploading videos that I already had on my phone just to do it. And then I posted, and I had caught a bird in my hand and released it and like no views, no one cared. And I'm like, that's kind of hard to do. And then Clyde is walking up the dirt road and I'm like, hey, Clyde, hey, buddy. And he walked up to me and I petted him, the old dog. And I got 24 subscribers and it shot up to 7,000 views. And then I started making more videos. So it's like, really, it's this year and maybe last year that I've really done most of my YouTube stuff. But 6 years ago, I posted some videos that had been in my phone for probably 2 or 3 years. Those videos are like 8 and 10 years ago, those first 3. That video with that skink, I might have still been in my 20s when I made that video. That video is posted 6 years, but that might be a 12-year-old video or something. My chest hurts right here all the time. And I used to work and breathe in a lot of concrete dust, and I didn't have the proper mask, and the boss didn't want to buy the proper mask, and eventually I couldn't even swing on a swing set with Brittany without like passing out and all. I just didn't have the lung capacity. And so I had to quit that job and recover. And I just always have this pain here. And I don't want to check in on it because I don't want them to be like, you got lung cancer. And then the stress of it worry me to death and hurt my immune system. And then I've been thinking like, I don't know, what can you do? Like if you've got concrete in your lungs, insulation in your lungs, mold in your lungs, whatever, all the bad, terrible working conditions over the years, what can you do about it? It just always hurts. And I'm thinking, it's really time to quit smoking. because I don't need that on my lungs. I like football. I have not played football since forever. And like today, I wouldn't want to just like go play football. Because what if I go play football and I just like tear up my knee and then I got to be on the top of a 12-foot ladder all day long? So I just. Plus, who am I going to play football with? There's me and Brittany and no one else. I got my friend Lee, but he works all day and he's tired when he gets off work too. I'm 37, and I like football though, because football, unlike a lot of other sports, is more contact. It's more like, it's not war, but it's more like it. You know, there's more intensity. There's more risk reward. So it's more exciting. It's more challenging. It's because, you know, you're like, all these people are trying to tackle you and you're trying to get from here to here. And when you do it, when you make a touchdown, it's more rewarding than, let's say, I don't know. When in the 90s, everybody played baseball and everybody was into baseball. And then it kind of shifted into a lot of people started being about Michael Jordan and basketball. And there's always been a lot of people that like football. But I think now America's favorite sport is probably football. And it used to be baseball. But I don't think that baseball is as exciting as football. And I like baseball. I like playing baseball. I like playing football. But I think that football is more... it's just a more extreme sport, you know, unless you get a 90-mile-an-hour ball hit you in the head or something. If you record a Super Bowl, you get a lot of views. That's probably true. I mean, that is true. But I don't watch TV, though. When I was 18 years old, I quit watching TV. When I was about, I don't know, 14, 15, I cut all the TV out to only educational stuff. Because I sort of realized that a lot of entertainment was really propaganda. And so I pulled away from it. And then what I thought was educational, it started to change. It started to rewrite history. I started to notice that a lot. And I was like, this is propaganda too. And also I started to know about... how TV will put your brain in an almost hypnotic state where you're more susceptible to being influenced. And I pulled away from TV. I didn't watch TV, 18. I'm 37 now. I didn't watch TV all that time. Just quit watching it. And I noticed a culture shift. And I noticed people saying a lot of things that weren't true, but everybody had heard that same information. People were getting their history from Hollywood fiction, not actual first sources, or even secondary sources. They were just is made up to push certain agendas. And when I pulled away from TV for a very long time, I started seeing things faster than a lot of people around me. And they would say, you're crazy. And then 10 years later, they never apologize. Now they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. And they keep on with it. And so I just started, I just pulled away from TV. Because to me, it's boring. And it didn't used to be, but if I watched a fictional TV show, before it's over, I'm going to be able to tell you what is going to happen, because really there's only so many stories and they're retold in different ways. There's only so many characters and only so many stories, so many archetypes. And it's the same. Thank you, Rose, for subscribing. And so it gets boring to me. And I would rather, and me and my brothers, everybody and their friends, everybody was on Minecraft servers and they were just playing Minecraft all the time. And I was playing Minecraft all the time. And we're playing Civilization there all the time. And then something just happened in my mind. And I was like, why ain't I doing this in real life? Let's go Minecraft in real life. And everyone was like, no. And I'm like, we could do this in real life. I went in the woods. I built a hut. I started. And they're like, that's childish. You're my girlfriend. That's childish. Why are you? And I'm like, how is it? It's childish to go play and build a hut in the woods, but it's not childish to do it in Minecraft. And I just I got my fill of it. At 18, I'd had my fill of TV, and at 30, I'd had my fill of video games. And I just wanted to do stuff in the real world. And I don't down anybody. Look, life has got to be enjoyable too. There's a play circuit in the brain. There's a place for playing and gaming. I don't believe like some people say you should never play a video game or never watch TV. You need the escapes. You need fun things to do. Everything doesn't have to be a grind, and people have different outlets and different things they do for fun. But me, I just get bored with TV. And the Super Bowl, like, I like to play sports, but I don't want to watch sports if I don't know nobody on the team. I don't really care. I don't get all like, I don't feel tribally attached to a team. And I think this is because my dad was in the Air Force. And so when my dad was in the Air Force, it might be a year or two, you're going to move. You're going to go somewhere else. You're going to change schools. And so I'd been to a bunch of different schools. And most of the people that I'd go to school with had only been to that school. And they would get so much school spirit. They would be like, our school is the best. And to me, it seemed silly because I had been to all these different schools. They're all doing the same thing. They're not really different or better than each other. It's about the same, you know. I mean, there are big differences. Like, I would say, I don't know about the time because I don't go down. At the time, I would say that Dawsonville's public school system was better than Wheeler County's public school system in some ways. There were ways that Wheeler County was better, but for the most part, so I'm not saying they're all exactly identical and the same, but this idea that it's like you're not even on the football team and you're getting super excited because the football team scored, but you didn't win anything and you didn't do anything and you didn't accomplish anything. I like to play sports, but I don't like to ever be a spectator of anything, really. I want to be involved. I want to be doing it. I don't want to be watching people do it. Like my little sister would get on YouTube and she would watch this woman play with toys to do like toy reviews. And she's not playing, like when I was a kid, we played with toys and we played video games. But like my little brothers would watch people play video games and my little sister would watch people play with dolls. Like, what are you? But whatever. Do you ride dirt bikes and four-wheelers? I don't own any dirt bikes or four-wheelers, but my dad's got it like that now. And when I go to my dad's house, yeah, I will. And when I went to go, so my parents divorced when I was maybe 12, I think. And I went to go live with my dad when I was 16. So I lived like about, I lived 12 to 16 with my mom, 16 to 19 with my dad. And, well, I forgot what I was saying. Something about dirt. Oh, yeah. And we had always grew up poor, but when my dad got out of the military and started doing computers in the civilian world, and he started getting paid more for it. He started getting promoted fast. He kept going to college. He kept learning more stuff to become like a doctorate in computer science, engineering, programming, and network and whatever. And he had a boat with we'd go fishing, kneeboarding, skiing. I really did not get too good at water skiing. Wakeboard, dirt bikes, and do you ride dirt bikes or four wheelers? And I don't think I've ever rode a four wheeler. No, I have, but I haven't drove it. I've rode with my friend Jesse and with my mom on a four-wheeler. I've never drove a four-wheeler, which is not common for people in this area. Almost, that's like the thing to do around here. If I had a four-wheeler, I would ride a four-wheeler, but about the time, like when I was a kid, I would have loved to have had a four-wheeler. And about the time that I have enough money to buy a four-wheeler, I have a truck. And I know it's not the same because you don't feel the wind blowing and whatever, but I just have, I don't know. One day I might, but I've got chickens and bees and vegetables and a girlfriend and a job. And all those things take up a lot of time. And so I don't really, like right now, Brittany would be getting my attention right now. But she didn't used to have a job, but now she's got a job, and she don't get off till 7. And normally I won't get home till 7 because I might be working in Baxley the construction company I work for is based out of Idalia. and I might be working an hour or two away from Vidalia. And then I got to go to Vidalia. Vidalia is 40 minutes away from where I live. I live between McRae and Alamo, Georgia. So a lot of times I would still be at work or driving home at this time. But now I have a period of time where Brittany's not here and I can get on this stream and do this. And really, I probably should be watering my trees. It's been very hot. It did rain, but it didn't rain enough. But this is work week's been hell. And it's been hot, and I just don't feel like it. I should be doing it, but I'm taking a break. I ride a dirt bike. That's cool. That is cool. It's fun, too. And be careful. But, yeah. Man, now I just wish I had a dirt bike. Daddy, though, he had the garage full of dirt bikes, and we was riding them, and then he sold them and got a boat, and we was doing stuff on a boat. And he sold it, and my daddy was born in Wheeler County and raised in Wheeler County and grew up poor and was poor in the military and had 4 sons. I did say I'm the oldest of 7. My mama remarried and had more kids. But my daddy and mama have 4 kids together: Paul, Josh, Adam, and Luke. I'm Paul. And then mama had Jacob and Noah and Gracie. But, I need to go see my dad, though. It's been a while. It is. Well, I've been live streaming for like 36 minutes and 40 seconds. And I think I'm gonna drink me some tea and I'm, shut the curtains and take all these clothes and cool down. Y'all have a good day and everything. And how do I stop this? I want to watch some of your other videos. Well, have fun and watch those other videos. And y'all stay out of this heat. I know it's hotter yesterday than today. I don't know where y'all live, but remember there's water. Y'all have a good day. God bless y'all all, or y'all just have a good day. And thank y'all for subscribing and watching and your feedback. And peace, y'all. Peace out. How do I stop or are you sure you want to stop streaming?